If you, Mr. Chairman, if you will grant me the privilege, I'd like to stay right where I am and put some slides up on the screen. This first one is the Municipal Airport in Scottsdale, Arizona. And right now our partner, as we speak even, is negotiating a contract with the city of Scottsdale to lease some space just inside the door and to the right in this area right here. And I'll go ahead and I got a couple of more pictures. You may recognize Thad and Clark. This is our consultant from Southwest Plains Service Center in Sublette, and Gordon Giroux right here. This is the interior. As you come, this is the door they came in, and immediately to the right is a space, 2,395 square feet, that Gordon Giroux is going to lease for Dodge City Community College. And what we propose to do is to run our fixed wing aviation program at Scottsdale in this particular area. But in this space here, the face of it will be Dodge City Community College. This area is going to be used as a classroom, and it'll have glass across it to match this area right here that's already glassed in, that will make a nice classroom. You may recognize some of those folks there.
We thought that was a statue in the room.
There's an office in there, and I had to, I'm not going for comic relief here, but I had to include this. This office has a restroom with a shower off to the side, so Veda said when I go back, I can just take a cot with me and it'll save on motel expenses, hotel expenses. This is our consultant, Sue Jenkins. She's helping us with an instrument to observe adjunct professors, and she's also helping us with peer tutoring, I believe, isn't she, Thad?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Among other things.
And this is an area that could be used for a smaller classroom. This is an area that we could use for a workroom where we'd have copy machine and things like that. This is another view of the large reception area. And you notice it has recessed purple lighting. Pretty cool. The guy that, the developer that developed this turned out to be a crook. He was going to start a service from this airport that would provide air transportation. This used to be a commercial airport, but it no longer has commercial service. So he was going to start a charter airline service here. So this is all brand new, it's been totally remodeled. The airport part is on the other side of this wall right here. And it is just beautiful. So what Gordon has proposed to do, and this is Gordon right here, he is a great guy. He really loves his relationship with us, and he wants to provide us a face in Scottsdale, and the city of Scottsdale would like to have us there. And so he is going to lease this space, and he's going to pay for it by starting a charter service of his own with some friends that he has in California. And they're going to fly vacationers and people that are interested in going to Scottsdale into this airport. There is a lot of general aviation traffic here already. There's a car rental place right over here. There's a restaurant in there that's very active. But we have no money in this, and really all we're asking you for tonight is not really a vote, just a consensus to go forward with this. We have absolutely no money invested in this property at all. Gordon has an emotional tie to Scottsdale, and he wants to invest there for the long term. And I'll show you a reason why here in just a minute. This building is right across the street from that airport. This is a this building sold for $6.5 million in 2006 as a 25,000 square foot building. Gordon has acquired a partner and he has made an offer on this building and I don't know the exact amount, but he's trying to buy this building for about $2 million. It has sat empty since 2008 when the market collapsed there in the Phoenix area. And if you've been following this, the Phoenix area is starting to recover in the housing market, but the commercial market is really slow. And so he thinks he's going to be able to buy this building. And the reason he's interested in doing that, there's multiple reasons, but he knows that in the long run, commercial property is going to come back in the Phoenix area. There are nearly 6 million people there. It's the 6th largest city in the United States. And he believes that there's going to be opportunity there. This is the interior of that 25,000 square foot building. This is on the top floor. And going forward, another thing we're going to ask for this evening is just, we're not spending any money, but going forward, we would like to develop this top floor into a Dodge City Community College site where we would offer other programs besides aviation programs. This was a huge marketing company that had this building, and it's in really good condition. There are places where we can put in glass or other petitions and make classrooms. We can probably get at least 4 large classrooms and several small classrooms. There are several offices already in there. There's one of the large open areas. This is another view of this building. And what the city of Scottsdale is willing to do, the Maricopa system has 10 colleges in it, 10 community colleges, but they're stalled. They don't have enough funding. They're not very aggressive because they sit right in the middle of about 6 million people and they have gaps. One of them is aerospace. And after we add the fixed wing pilot training program in January and get it going, next year we'd like to add the airframe and power plant program. That's the aircraft mechanic program. And then we would have aerospace tied up in the state of Arizona. No other public institution would have anything like this. And right now, we have the largest collegiate helicopter pilot training program in the world. It took us 7 years to get here. Now, what I would like to do, and Clark and Thad have seen all this, they've seen the quality of what we're doing out there. Clark and I would like to work together this fall and with the Higher Learning Commission and have this Scottsdale location changed to a branch campus. And the reason is that in an additional location in another state, you cannot teach any more of your program in a face-to-face setting than 50%. If we change to a branch campus, we can teach as much face-to-face as we want to. And what has kind of led us to this is that our helicopter students are pretty typical of the other students that we get. They struggle with English, a lot of them. A lot of them struggle with math, and they struggle with some other subjects as well. So we would like to be able to offer face-to-face courses in the general education courses that are now part of our flight program, and that would be computer concepts class, math. We would need to offer a math curriculum just like we do here, elementary, intermediate, college algebra, because we're trying to get all these students to go on and get a bachelor's degree. Introduction to meteorology, public speaking, geography, outdoor survival, and first aid. Now, and the way we would like to go forward with this is that, for example, we'd like to offer an English class, perhaps next spring, and for our flight students, but open it up to the general public there in the Scottsdale area. Hire an adjunct professor to teach the course, hire a professor that meets the requirements of the Higher Learning Commission, and move forward in that way, adding a class. We wouldn't have to invest any money here. The income from the class would pay the adjunct instructor, and we just build this program as we go. And we believe that over time, I believe that over time, that we could have more students in Scottsdale than we have here in Dodge City. The city of Scottsdale wants us in this airport situation, and they are willing to build a multi-tier parking garage in this parking lot right here to accommodate any number of students that we might be able to attract in the future. And now, if we're successful here, what we'd like to do is duplicate this in Camarillo, California. In California, the community college system, their public higher education system is maxed out. There's not enough money to provide higher education to all the students that want to go to school there. And so we can duplicate this in Camarillo, California, and we could have another branch campus, a large branch campus in that location as well. The reason the city of Scottsdale is interested in us is because of Gordon Giroux. Gordon Giroux has operated out of this airport ever since the early 80s. And whenever the city of Scottsdale wants to do anything with this airport, they come to Gordon and they ask him, you know, what are your ideas? What can you contribute to this? So we see this as a great opportunity. And the thing is, we don't have to put any money into this. And if for some reason it wouldn't work, then we just back away from it. You know, and when I presented the helicopter program to you all in the very beginning, and I told you we weren't gonna buy any aircraft, we weren't gonna invest any money, and that we were gonna do all the things that we need to do to make sure that these programs work correctly in other states. We check the enrollment at the beginning of every semester. We conduct an orientation for students. We verify that they're real students. It's not that I don't trust Gordon, but St. Mary the Plains closed over $95 million of fraud. It's the largest case of fraud in the history of the U.S. Department of Education. They did not do those things. And I had friends there, and I'm as emotional about St. Mary's as anybody. I taught there the last 4 years that St. Mary's was in operation. But and I believe they were good people. They are good people, the ones that are still alive. If they had done the things that we were doing with this program, they might never have had to close. So we will continue to monitor the quality and ensure that things are being done in an exceptional way. Now, I want to show you another. Right across the street, now that building is just to the right of this parking area. Right across the street is the Thunderbird Best Western Plus Hotel. So there are accommodations for people there. Some of our helicopter students actually stay here when they're going through short courses and things like that. Very nice hotel. It used to be a privately run hotel, not part of any kind of a franchise, but they just became franchised with the Best Western Plus hotel system. Okay, the last thing I wanted to bring to your attention, and I think this is critical. In the white paper that was proposed by Fort Hays State University, you'll recall that the proposal was for 3 colleges within a college. The 2-year college would be us, and then the 2 senior years of college would be Fort Hays State University, and then the technical college. There are going to be a lot of issues involved with a name change for Dodge City Community College. And I would urge you, if at all possible, to try to negotiate that we keep the name Dodge City Community College. And I'll tell you why. The Higher Learning Commission, for example, is going to have to re-accredit us if we change our name. Now, I don't know that that will be particularly burdensome, but it will take time. And timing is going to be very important in every phase of this merger. The U.S. Department of Education is going to require us to develop a new program participation agreement. And again, I'm not sure that that's going to be particularly burdensome either. It's just paper, but it will take time. The thing I'm most concerned about is that 80% of our flight students are veterans. And right now, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs is interpreting one section of the Code of Federal Regulations that a college or flight school must be in operation in a state for at least 2 years before veteran students can be enrolled. If we change our name, they are going to make us cease enrolling veteran students for 2 years, and that would kill our aviation program. It's taken us 7 years to go from 12 students in the first class right over here in the tech building to over 100 students today, and this program has netted us a very nice positive net income this past year. And we have every reason to believe that it will bring in a very substantial positive net revenue stream in the future. So I would just end by saying I would urge you to negotiate that Dodge City Community College still be called Dodge City Community College. The next 2 years obviously would be Fort Hays State University at Dodge City, or however that is they want to present that. And then the technical college, I'm assuming that would be called Fort Hays State Technical College. And I don't think it really matters too much what the name is for those 2 parts of this 3 college system within a university, but it's vitally important that we try to keep the name Dodge City Community College for the first 2 years. Thank you very much.
Questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Anthony, will they stay with us?
Will what?
Will they stay with us?
Who?
The helicopter, Gordon Giroux's business?
Yes, he will. He loves us.
But
He has about 100 employees now, and they all know that they could not have done this without us, and we know that we could not have done this without them.
yeah,
We have a fleet of 43 aircraft right now, and I mean, we could never have been able to afford to buy 43 helicopters.
well, my point in asking that is, if we are no longer Dodge City Community College, which is what will happen if we do this, will they stay with us, or will they move over to Salina where K-State has a program?
I don't know. That would be, it would depend on how, I guess it would depend on how palatable Fort Hays State was willing to make a partnership with Universal Helicopters.
But we have to keep the name.
We need to keep the name.
So what do you
That is
need?
really critical.
What do you need from us? You said there's not a motion. This is already an existing
I just
program,
want
so-
to, in order to, timing is everything. I just would like to have a consensus from you all, and maybe some discussion, if that's appropriate. If you think this is a good idea, if you would like for us to proceed, what your thoughts are.
I'd like to make one comment if I could. This is a $750,000 revenue to us this year. So we just need to keep that in mind. It's a $750,000 revenue
Yeah.
source.
I think it's a great technical program which has minimal impact in our local area, but it's a moneymaker. So there you have that balance.
And all of our students, all of our graduates are employed in the industry. We have no unemployed graduates, and we don't plan to have any unemployed graduates.
I do believe though, Merrill, with the establishment of the fixed wing program, and we get that going here, and we could follow them with some other things, that the local impact can be even greater.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I'm just making an observation.
I just think we're just being entrepreneurial,
Yeah.
which you've heard me say 100 times. And how can you turn down 750,000? We need to take care of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
If you don't mind, I'd just like to add, in the last 3 months, I've been contacted by 3 other colleges about our helicopter program, 2 colleges and a helicopter contractor, that want to partner with us. And in all 3 cases, their comment has been, we've checked around, and you are the only ones that seem to be doing this right, and we want to work with you. So we have a national reputation for doing helicopter pilot instruction well.
Where are the other colleges, can you say?
Without
Would rather not.
their permission, I wouldn't do it on
Okay,
film.
okay.
on,
But
being
not
recorded.
local, not close?
Not anything close.
Yeah.
no.
Okay. And Mr. Chairman, I suggest that this is one of the big issues
Sure.
that this board needs to discuss.
Any thoughts?
Well, it's never too early to start asking the questions,
Correct.
the accreditation, the Higher Learning Commission, these agencies and the VA that we're going to have to get
Yeah.
permission from. So that's, it's a place to start.
Correct. VA is proved not the easiest to work with.
Appreciate the hard work Anthony's done
Yeah.
with this. This is-
Mr. Chairman, do I have the board's approval to go ahead with our plans to occupy the space in the terminal building and to start a fixed wing program in January?
Is everyone on board agreeing with
Well, the
that?
rent's right.
Yeah.
Well, if we can be assured that we're not going to have that jerked out from under us, I think that has to be considered.
We have a contract with Universal right now through 2017.
I didn't mean them,
Oh,
I meant them.
okay,
Okay.
I don't know how many years I have left. But, according to Dr. Oz, I'm about 59. Now, I don't know if Dr. Vierthaler would agree with Dr. Oz or not, but I'm healthy, and as long as you all will let me go, I want to keep going with this. I just think the opportunity to have a campus in the midst of 6 million people and have another campus in the, I don't know how many millions of people live in Southern California, but I mean, I don't know how we'd ever have another opportunity like that. And I think this would give us an opportunity to bring cash back to Ford County and make a real reduction in property taxes and maybe eliminate property taxes. I'd like to live long enough to see that.
And I just want to tell you that we in Educan, the presidents in Educan, we're raising our fees in Educan next year to $150 a credit hour. And For $150 a credit hour, we can teach face-to-face right there in Arizona and make good money doing it, and I really like that. I know that a lot of these kids just can't learn math online, and we need to get face-to-face with them.
Is there a big demand for a fixed wing program?
Yes. Over the
I
next,
think the fixed-wing program would get a lot bigger than the helicopter program.
yeah, in our research, we found that helicopter flight schools that also have fixed-wing programs have 10 times more students than they have in the helicopter, and it's consistent. I was amazed. And the projection for commercial fixed-wing pilots over the next 10 years is that about 10% of the current number of pilots will be added to the industry, and about another 10% of the current number of fixed-wing pilots will retire and will need to be replaced. So we're looking at about 20% over the next 10 years, and there are a lot of commercial fixed-wing pilots in the world.
Good report. I'm not hearing anything from the board that says we don't want you to do this, so move ahead.
Thank you.